Let's talk about contractor risk. You want to have a great relationship with your contractor, you want to set expectations, and you want to have everything in writing. That way the relationship tends to stay sound. If you're acting as the general contractor, then you want to make sure that you have agreements with each of the subcontractors. With contractors, you need to be very careful in identifying the scope of work. Specifically, you want to identify what type of materials they are going to use. Within the contract, you will be clear on the payment schedule. This is especially important if you are working with a hard money lender. Hard money lenders typically pay on completed work, and then funds can be drawn down. Some hard money lenders will be fine with pictures of the completed work. Others will have an inspection clause and only pay after they have an inspector go through and verify that the work's been done correctly. So make sure the contract matches your ability to pay the contractor. With contractors, the hard part can be with scheduling. You want to make sure that painting happens on the right day and not at the same time carpeting is being installed. Sometimes there are surprises when working on a job, and your contractor may come to you with a change order. A change order is a modification to the contract and allows the contractor to do additional work or to not do a part of the contracted work. So if you find additional plumbing needs to be done, or there is additional electrical work, that's where you're going to do a change order. It's an addendum to the contract where you say, okay, I understand that this now needs to be done, and we didn't know about it before, so it's not part of the contracted price. If you agree, then you sign the change order and you keep moving forward. Sometimes a change order can actually save you some money and reduce the cost of the contract. Your contractor may see an appliance on sale and offer to save you some money by changing to the sale item. So change orders can be positive or negative, but they're just part of the deal. You need to have a contract that is tight enough so a contractor is not trying to cheat you and say, oh, we didn't put that in the contract, and if you want a sink in the bathroom, then the price is going up. So make sure that your scope of work doesn't have gaps in it. A good contractor will let you know that something is missing before signing the contract. A lot of money can be spent on change orders. Be aware that some contractors may provide you with what seems like a great price, but they plan on making their profit with change orders. Be sure to have a detailed scope of work so that you can hold your contractors accountable when necessary. Insurance is part of being a contractor. When using a contractor, you want to make sure that they're up to date with their insurance and their bonding. That way, if there's an accident, it goes against their workman's comp, and someone doesn't come looking to you to get their medical bills paid for. So make sure that they have their insurance in place. You also want to understand liens and lien releases. Remember, contractors have had rough experiences as well, with people that don't pay or don't pay the whole bill. One of the reasons liens and lien releases exist is to keep that from happening. So you want to know what the mechanism is to have the lien released, so that when the job is done, you have a document that says everything's accepted and done and paid for. You want to make sure that your contractors are working with permits. That way you know that the rehab is being done to code. You never want to have to tear down sheetrock to have a city inspector actually look at the plumbing or the electrical. Now let's talk about taxes. If you're a business, and you're paying another business, it turns out our friends at the IRS want to know about it. So what you have to do is give a contractor a W-9 form that they're going to complete and give to you. The W-9 will have their EIN number on it. When you're doing your taxes in January, one of the things you have to do is send out a 1099, which says how much you paid them. They have to recognize it as income on their taxes, and we're recognizing it as an expense. Paying taxes is part of being professional, so always get the completed W-9 so that you can issue the 1099 next year. When the contractor tells you they are finished, then schedule a walkthrough of the property to make sure that all the finishes look good and that everything's done correctly. If something isn't done right, then let them know and have them redo it. Typically, this is called a punch list. Then schedule another walkthrough. Once everything is accepted, then both parties can wave goodbye and look forward to the next deal. So these are the basics that I want you to be thinking about. Don't forget that having an attorney and an insurance agent on your team is very important. They can help you with the nuances in your state and how things are done. There are lots of requirements around real estate, so make sure that your contracts are set and reviewed by your attorney and that they're actually going to work for you and protect you from as much risk as possible.